Aloha and welcome to the 2018 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships. This is the first bout of the all-female division. I'm Bobby Narco. I'm joined by Death Nella.
Yes, good morning. Excited to be here.
And our most excellent producer this morning is Scott Chicken. He's going to be feeding us statistics.
Here.
And that is the chicken thumb right there.
The thumb of chicken.
Take you quickly through the rosters. Death Nella, do you want to tell us who's skating for Crooked River?
Sure thing. So we have number 047, AK47, number 10, the Flying Fish, number 100, Rainstorm, 1000, Tie-Dye, 110, Little Miss Perfect, 16, Walking Dead Bear. We have 171, Flying Squirrel, number 22, Kryptonic Kate, number 2674, Starry Skies. 42, Adrenaline Rush. We have 430, Rosie the Riveter. 47, Sophia Scorn. Number 5, Sharkbait. 61, Killmore Girl. And 88, Megan You Fall. Now the coaches are Leia Flat, Nat, and Can I Be Frank. We have alts as well. Number 666, Devlin. And number 911, Jolly Crusher.
There's also an additional coach for Crooked Rivers. That's Nick Numbers. Nick Numbers is going to be wearing the A, and Sophia Scorin is going to be wearing the C. They're going to be skating against the Gotham Girls Junior Derby, who are currently ranked number 7 and are going to be skating in black. Number 13 is Sugar Cookies. Number 22 is Claire Higgins. Number 25 is Smacklemore. Number 26 is Baby Bangs. Number 29 is Hazard. Number 36 is Rough Tuft. Number 4 is Killer Vegan. Number 616 is Quest Shove. Number 666 is Little Orphan Slammy. And number 9, the captain, is Megalass. Coaches for Gotham Junior Derby are Bellatrix, Puss in Glutes, and Jim Reaper. Jim Reaper will be wearing the A. Also helping out on the bench for Gotham Junior Derby, skater number 42, Leonardo Decapitated, and skater number 77, Reese Lightning.
All right, we have so much great action in store today. And we were just talking before the call about the fact that CRRG, so Crooked River's first game in league history was against Gotham
was against
Juniors.
the Gotham Juniors. It was up in Buffalo, and it was just crazy. Queen City, I guess
Yes.
we call it Queen City.
So cold, apparently.
Yes, it was supposed to be a round robin 3-team tournament, but they had to cancel the last game because it was so cold.
So cold in an indoor venue.
Indoors
There
that it was deemed unsafe to skate, and so the last
So skaters were wearing what, gloves under
gloves
their
and blankets. The only places that were warm were the restrooms, and so people were crowding around the restrooms because the heat was cranking in there. But in the venue itself, it was brutal.
Well, it's a beautiful day here.
Indeed,
in Pennsylvania.
couldn't be nicer in Feasterville, Pennsylvania.
Oh, and the venue here is terrific as well. Looks like we'll be getting underway shortly.
Yep, Gotham has already got its skaters out there on the track.
Now, this is the first game of the day for the female division.
Yes,
The
correct.
open action got underway an hour ago.
Yes, the first bout of the tournament in the open division started an hour ago, yes. And they are currently at 223 to 13 in favor of Philly Roller Derby over the...
All right.
Oh, I can't read backwards. I think it's their opponent.
Well, yes. All right, so we already know the lineup for the Jammers to start the game. For Crooked River, we're going to have number 100, Rainstorm. And on Gotham, we have number 25, Smacklemore.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, they were just doing some equipment checks there, I see. Safety, of course, being so paramount in roller derby.
Let's quickly go through the officials and referees. Our non-skating officials are Andy Oakley, Hef, David Reed, Barney Trouble, Mr. Danger, Allison Starkey, Evel, and Lobocop.
And then for the referees, we have Ref in Peace, Stowe Nasty, Killa Key, Judge Double Wapner, Tricky Ricky, Lucinda Knickers, and Karma.
How about that?
I like Karma. That's
Karma's
a good one.
good.
Karma's good.
I think your karma just ran over my dogma.
All right. And we have our photographers getting in place as well. Everyone arriving quite early to the space today to get acquainted with it. Some people I know, Bobby, you've been in this venue before. It's the first for me, though.
It's a beautiful venue. It's a great place to come. They have the East Coast Derby Extravaganza here every year since 2007. And for the East Coast Derby Extravaganza, there's actually another track. They run 3 rinks for that tournament. So it's an incredible place to come. If you ever get the chance, head on out to Feasterville, Pennsylvania. All right, they are at the line. You've already given us the jammers. And the first jam of the first bout of the Open Division is underway.
Gotham trying to put some pressure on that wall, the Crooked River wall. They drag her back there on the inside. And it looks like Crooked River is going to take first lead, or the lead jammer of the first jam here. Once again, that's Rainstorm.
Oh, nice block on the inside by number 22, Claire Higgins.
Yeah, trying to go for that apex jump possibly. Gets shut down.
We got a new jammer for the Gotham Juniors.
And there was...
Jam is called before number 13 could score any points. Sugar Cookies was the skater to whom the star was passed. Any points? Nothing.
No, scoreless for the first jam.
So no lead change here in jam number 1. 1 minute gone.
Okay, we have...
Looks like number 6 on the blue team will be... Oh, no.
Number 1-6 on the blue
1-6,
team.
okay.
Yes. Walking Dead Bear.
Nice. And for the Gotham Juniors, number 4 is Killavegan. Killavegan picks up lead jammer.
Yeah, real quick off the hop there. Meanwhile, that line still working on that first straightaway.
Nice block by Crooked River, number 5. That is Sharkbait forcing the jammer to the outside, making her re-engage.
Seeing a 2-wall being put up by Crooked River. Effective there on the outside.
3-wall at the top of the pack. So both teams really ganging up on the defense. Crooked River completes its initial.
Well, there is one in the box for...
Direction of play penalty coming in right now. We already have one in the box as well?
Yes, for Gotham. So they'll be starting 2 down. So just so that people at home know, in the broadcast booth here, we are quite up high. So our vantage point might be a little different. So we're going to be looking at what's happening on screen, and hopefully you can follow along, and we'll be following too.
Yeah, when the jammers line up, they have their faces to us, so we can't see their backs. I did see that blue was number 430, Rosie the Riveter. I did not catch the Gotham jammer as she skated out to the line, but we'll get her as soon as we can.
Number 3-6, Rough Tough.
Nice, well played. Scott Chicken doing an excellent job keeping us up to date with the stats. Nice block, forcing the jammer to the infield.
All right, and it looks like we have a skater returning to the track. Yes. That was number 9 for Gotham, Megalas.
We just got Claire Higgins at the penalty box for, it looks like an illegal position call.
And the penalty, yeah, the penalty boxes are on the turns too, so people will be exiting and entering in that capacity.
Gotham with the first points of the game. They're sitting on 4.
Crooked River getting caught up there. Trying to work through that effective tripod.
Yeah, embraced 2-wall by Gotham. Number 9 playing quarterback. That's Megalas.
We also have Little Orphan Slammy just making things really difficult there.
Claire Higgins moves Adrenaline Rush out of the way. No pass, no penalty.
And that is the jam. Yes, coach is saying that it's called. They picked up 5 points for their efforts.
So we have a lead change. Crooked River now ahead, 5-4. First jam, no lead change. Second jam, lead change. Third jam, lead change.
I like this already.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 jams have lead change. We're even on lead jammers, aren't we, Scott? 1 jam apiece, 1 lead jam each. There we go. Oh, 2-1.
2-1, yeah.
2-1. 61 is the jammer on the blue team. That's Kilmore Girl. I think this is a rematch of jam number 1. No? No, different Crooked River. Number 25 is Smack Lamore. Crooked River lost his skater to the penalty box.
Meanwhile, Gotham gets out in front. Number 25, Smacklemore, making quick work on the turn there.
Brace 2 while at the back of the pack. Quest Shove going to try and break that up. 2 points picked up by Gotham. No points picked up by Crooked River. What do we have? Another lead change.
A lead change.
How about this? Back and forth, these two teams jockeying. Gotham comes in ranked number 7. Crooked River comes in ranked number 10th. Number 10th? Number 10.
Number 10, yes. And they're all starting close to that line right from the get-go, leaving no room for big run-ups. I don't want to see that.
Looks like Killer Vegan against Rainstorm. Gotham at full strength. Crooked River with 1 skater in the penalty box.
Crooked River putting up a line at the back there, but that pack is spreading out, and it looks like Crooked River is out. That's number 100, Rainstorm. She also picked up lead the first time she jammed.
She's 2 for 2.
Just out on that outside line.
Crooked River losing another skater to the penalty box.
It's been quite a few penalties already early on in this bout. And that's the jam. Was it worth her efforts? Did she collect any points for that? Yes, picked up 2.
2 points. So we have a tie score. The score had originally said 6-5 Gotham. Somewhere along the line, it's turned to 7-5, and now it is 7-7. So does going from having a lead to having no lead count as a lead change?
Yes,
sure, it's a change.
It's a change in status for sure.
Oh, and then Crooked River now just picked up an extra point there.
An official review called.
So the points kind of popping up on the board.
Now we do have an official review called for Crooked River.
Our most excellent producer, Scott Chicken, is going to go down and tell us what the gist of it is and what the outcome of it is.
The official review is for Gotham girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see, what can we talk about? What can you tell us about Crooked River? They are 2-1 when playing versus adult leagues. How about that?
Wow, yes. I mean, one of the things, I skate as well, and you learn so much from those junior skaters. They are so talented. We're seeing that in this game already, just the tightness with their walls. They're not racing around the track. They're able to contain and make those effective hits to the outside to slow the game down and play it at their pace.
There you go.
And we have 4 of 11 of aged out skaters as well in their league. So.
Some graduating skaters?
Yes. Well,
graduating skaters for Gotham are going to be number 22, Claire Higgins, and number 77, Reese Lightning. Reese Lightning not on skates for this game, but is helping out on the bench.
And our camera's just giving a pan of the venue. You would have seen the penalty box there in the corner. That's on turn 1.
Yep.
And the NSOs. Of course, we wouldn't be able to do any of this without the NSOs.
Right.
And you've NSO'd Bobby, right?
A little bit.
You were saying it gives you a good perspective on what's happening.
I think it's a great perspective if you want to become an announcer, or if you're an NSO and you're tired of being an NSO, become an announcer. But having a baseline knowledge of the hand signals, of the rules, the way the game is played, the way an official would, certainly a great background.
And an appreciation for the people who are often silent to the crowd, but have a lot going on in a game.
Yes, the unsung heroes of roller derby.
Definitely, and including the referees, the skating officials.
Yes.
I was just telling you I did a ref clinic last weekend, and it was eye-opening, the vantage point that you get skating alongside that fast-moving pack. There's nothing like it.
All right, here comes Scott Chicken. He's going to let us know what the results of that official review are. Teams are lining up right now.
Gotham was calling for a forearm penalty. The no call will stand.
There you go. Thanks, Scott. So we're lined back up again. Good resolution on the screen. Lets me see that the Gotham jammer is wearing number 36. That's Rough Tuft. We'll get that 16.
Yeah, that's Walking Dead Bear.
And we got number 9 for Gotham, Megalash.
She uses her skating agility just on those outsides to walk on right by. So it looks like Walking Dead Bear has been given lead. Oh,
Oh,
apex,
nice.
an apex jump, and she
Apex jump.
calls it off. Picks up 4 points.
So increases Crooked River's lead to 12-7. 23 minutes and change left to play in the first half. The Junior Roller Derby Association Championships is going to take place over the course of 3 days. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday going to be followed immediately by the Junior Roller Derby Association World Cup.
Yes, 5 days really of great derby action in the same venue as well.
Who's out there on the jammer line? Can you tell? Number 25 is Gotham. That is Smacklemore. Oh, very nice.
And Crooked River, Rosie the Riveter.
Look at you reading the graphics right off the screen.
And Smacklemore gets out again. She's been really effective getting lead in this bout so far.
Both teams putting a brace 2-all up against the other jammer.
Oh, yeah. Crooked
Claire
River.
Higgins playing the wrecking ball.
Rosie looking for a star pass.
Yep.
She finds her pivot, number 4-7, Sophia Scorn, who makes it out really fast. She was in a great position to accept the star cover there.
Almost made it all the way around, picked up a point. Gotham picks up 1. Crooked River does not pick up any. A 5-point and then 1, so total of 6. And we have another lead change. Gotham 13, Crooked River 12. This is going to be a great game.
If anyone is unfamiliar with that star pass, of course you want to do it. That was an effective use, 100%. You wanted to get that jam called off quickly. The pivot was in the right position. Of course, pivot being the only one who can accept that star from the jammer and take it off. It was a really well-executed pass.
Yeah, Sophia Scorin was actually calling for the star.
Oh, even better, right?
Yeah.
When you have that great communication. And that was quick work by Gotham, getting out number 4, Killer Vegan.
Kilmore girls still trapped in the pack. All 4 Gotham blockers to get around. Both teams now employing all 4 pack skaters on defense.
Gotham's walls just being like little amoebas and forming all around each other.
There you go. They have walls, but it's hard to define them.
All right, number 2-9, they're taking a bit of a spill as a blocker from Gotham. That's Hazard.
Hazard goes to the penalty box.
That was a clockwise blocking call.
And the
Gotham just like, oh, well, pivot, you're not going to get by either. I'm going to send you off the track on the inside.
So 4 more points by the Gotham Girls Junior Derby. Makes the score 17-14.
So if you've noticed, you're not seeing the...
Crooked River scored as well. Crooked River picked up 2.
You're not seeing... No, that's a really great point. You're not seeing the pack just traveling around the track like crazy. We're seeing a very controlled, tight game so far in this first half.
So we got Sugar Cookies going up against Rainstorm.
And no jammer penalties yet, but maybe I just jinxed it, but we'll see. All right, and she's out, number 100. Rainstorm, once again, getting lead. She's been really effective.
Scott, is Rainstorm 3 for 3?
Yes,
3 for 3.
Thank you, Scott.
Boy, that rain is just rolling.
Yeah. All right, and we have that wall pushing up against Sugar Cookies.
Wow.
And here's why this game is being so close. You can see the effectiveness coming up on those walls. Seeing some possible offense help here.
Pack is forward.
We're seeing a some bridging happening here, staying very effective.
Crooked River losing a skater on a multiplayer block. Force of the infield. Jam is called off before Sugar Cookies can score.
Crooked River does pick up 3 more points, though.
Tie game.
Okay, I'm really excited about this. Tie games are just, it shows that both teams are coming at this with such an intensity.
Heck
and
yeah.
They're both so smart with their strategy so far in the game.
They're all going to be black and blue by the time it's over.
Yes, exactly. We have Walking Dead Bear on the line for Crooked River.
And it's somebody who ends with a 9. 25, not even close. 25 is Smacklemore.
I almost thought that the whistle was called off. We have 2 games going on at the same time here. But
yeah, one
nothing
thing
has been called off
about
here.
multi-bout tournaments in the same venue, you get a whistle bleed occasionally. 2 lead jams in a row for Crooked River. That's Walking Dead Bear picking up lead.
Good hit by number 4-7, Sophia Scorn, to knock the Gotham Jammer out, although she also went down. But that did slow things down enough. Walking Dead Bear trying to make her way through, hearing that she's got to call it. She takes that.
Great communication by the Crooked River coaches. I could hear them all the way up here with my headsets on.
Yes, Gotham, though, did pick up some points.
Gotham picked up 2, waiting to see the tally for Crooked River.
I believe it's 3.
Oh, yep, 3 because 1 in the box. 2 plus the 1 in the box.
Oh, yes, Walking Dead Bear gets a cut track
And
call.
our first
I
jammer
told you,
penalty.
I knew I was going to jinx it.
And we're still tied, 20-20.
So that gives a power start to Gotham.
And we have a timeout by Crooked River. So this
That'll be a minute. Yeah. Just let them cool down a bit. Good, usually a decent spot in the half to take a timeout. We're almost at the quarter mark.
You are watching the 2018 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships live all weekend on WFTDA TV. Stay tuned all weekend for 2 tracks of action from the Open Division and Female Division Championships, hosted by the Junior Roller Derby Association and Philly Roller Derby.
And if you are on social media, like a lot of us are, you have some questions about the awesome action you're seeing this weekend, you can use the hashtag TALK2, that's the number 2, JRDA, to chat with us on Twitter. And don't forget to follow JRDA on Twitter using @JRDA_rocks.
ROCKS.
That's a lot to remember, but you know what? If
Is
you
the exclamation
mention
point part of the Twitter handle? I don't think so. We have it on our copy, but I think that's supposed to say so that we emphasize it.
yes, because it rocks so much.
But you can try it both ways. If you're not sure on your Twitter handle, @JRDA_ROCKS exclamation point, and then
I
without
found
the
that the
exclamation
Derby
point.
people, if you will, as a collective, are really good at finding people's tweets if you mention Derby in any way. So we got that. All right, let's see.
First power jam of the game.
Yeah.
It is going to be number 16 starting in the penalty box, Walking Dead Bear, and Killer Vegan sporting the spangled helmet cover for the Gotham Juniors.
Well, they executed that correctly. They broke up the tripod. They were able to get right through. Looks like Crooked River is up to full strength, although get a good knockout there by number 9. Megalass.
Yeah, trying to get a goat back there to keep the pack back.
Well, and that's what she's doing right now. Megalass and number 616, Quest Shove, rather.
So that's all 5 points. And Killer Vegan's going back for more.
Yeah, she has time. Looks like the Walking Dead Bear does get by with a bit of a
nice spin
quick
move.
turn.
Yeah, great agility. Vegan turns around, picks up Jim Reaper, and calls off the jam. Jim Reaper, one of the coaches for the Gotham Juniors. So 9 points. Scott, is that the highest jam of the game?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
9 points, the high mark. Neither team on double digits yet.
And that's a lead change.
Lead change, yes. From tied to a lead, 29-20 in favor of the Gotham Juniors.
Yeah, and perhaps that's what we're going to be seeing is those jams that can just get by with a little bit more than a handful of points. You want to be able to make effective use. Walking Dead Bear, though, very quick out the box to stop that as well.
Jammers now are Smacklemore and Kilmore Girl. Smacklemore's already picked up lead jammer. Penalty box is empty presently.
Number 2-2 from Gotham, Claire Higgins with a nice hit out there on the Crooked River jammer. Now staying back to bridge.
And the pack going the wrong way.
Yeah.
As the skaters are escorted backwards.
Pack the whole half of this jam so far staying really tight together, not really splitting too far apart. Cut call on Smacklemore will give Crooked River the power jam.
First power jam of the day for Crooked River. Let's see if they can capitalize. Oh, no lead jammer. This gun's going to go the full 2.
Okay. So now it's just a race for those points.
Not indicating why not lead jammer.
No pass, no pass.
Oh, Gotham had picked up lead before the cut.
Okay.
That is why. High block coming in from the outside. on Crooked River, number 42. That's Adrenaline Rush on the high block.
Well, we'll see how the Gotham defense is going to slow things down, try and penalty kill. Oh, and look at that. Gotham Jammer's already out on the track. Blink and you miss it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 5 points for Smacklemore.
That Crooked River pivot has been asking for the star a couple times. Let's see if they finally get it.
Yeah, and that is Sophia Scorn, who took that initial star pass from the last time. Yeah, she's calling. She's trying for it.
Give me the star.
She's in the right position for it, but meanwhile, they've got to try to hold back Smacklemore. Number 047, AK-47, trying to slow things down. AK-47 is also aging out this year, so this will be her last JRDA champs out there.
So 15 points picked up by the Gotham Girls Juniors. That increases their score by half again, bringing them to 44. 4 points were picked up by Crooked River, so they've got 24. And there's a great poker hand. Pair of fours, 3 fours, and a 2.
Yeah, there you go.
13 minutes and change left to play in the first period. Out on the jammer line, who do we have?
Crooked River is putting up Rainstorm. Looking for that lead. Does not get it this time round. That goes to Killer Vegan.
So Gotham has had lead 3 jams in a row.
Yep, we're now seeing that trend.
Although one of the most recent jam, they lost the lead.
And now the Jammers are neck and neck.
Yeah, 5-point pass. Got past that Crooked River jammer right before that jammer escaped the pack, so was able to pick up the extra point.
Yep, and there is a 1 point for Gotham collected.
5-1 puts them up to an even 50, half of a century. Almost exactly a 2-1 mark, 50-24 in favor of the Gotham Juniors.
And of course, you score by passing those opponents' hips, and that's exactly what those refs are looking for, and they get such a clear vantage. So sometimes you think, how did they get that 1, or how did they not get 3? Well, they're watching very closely.
And you get 1 point for every skater that's in the penalty box. As soon as you get your first point, you also get all the points that are in the box.
All right, Walking Dead Bear trying to use her force to push through.
Use the force, Dead Bear. Use the force.
And
that's Sugar Cookies out on the line for the Gotham Girls Juniors.
The blocking has just been outstanding from both teams so far. Number 666 on Gotham Roller Girls, Little Orphan Slammy, stopping Walking Dead Bear.
Lead has been picked up by Crooked River.
And one thing people can always remember is that lead doesn't mean you're out of the pack always. You've just passed all the blockers. Because everybody recycles so quickly, and we're seeing those blockers reform at such a fast pace. They know exactly where everyone is.
Crooked River losing a skater on a forearm penalty. Pack now starting to get a little strung out.
Yes, we're seeing that on that
bridging.
turn there.
Both teams dedicating a blocker to keeping everybody in play. Sugar Cookies completes her initial pass with a star stash.
Walking Dead Bear.
Going to allow Sugar Cookies to score in favor of making a second scoring pass of her own.
But that doesn't always work, as we saw there. Number 9, Megalass, with an effective hit to the inside. Also seems like Walking Dead Bear is just holding her head down a little bit.
Yeah, so 4 points the first pass, but no points the second pass. So each team got 4 scores, 54-28.
Now, so far in this season, Crooked River actually beat Gotham Roller Girls. Their history with them is 1-0. So it stands that they are neck and neck, or really close anyway, so far. Smacklemore coming out for Gotham.
We got an elbow penalty coming in. Crooked River losing a skater on an elbow.
We'll get those penalty numbers soon, because seems like there's been quite a few in and out of the box.
Yes, the officials in the penalty box have been definitely earning their money. We're all volunteers.
Yeah.
Lead jammer has gone to Smacklemore.
And 5 points. Yes, picked up in that last scoring pass. Finds the that was too quick. Look at that. Right through on the inside, yep.
Pirouette for 5.
That's exactly what you're looking for when you do a pirouette. You want to end up so that you're facing forward and can just keep skating really quickly, and that's exactly what she did there.
Left that porch door open, and Gotham was able to sneak through.
Another 5 points.
So this ties the highest jam of the game at 15 points.
This will definitely be.
Oh, we got a penalty coming in. It's a high block. So this jam will go the full 2 minutes.
Perhaps allow Crooked River to make up some time. It looks like Rosie the Riveter is trying to either star pass or stash it. And it was a completed star pass.
Number 10 looks like Flying Fish, now the jammer.
Yes, and we have not seen her jam yet. So, I mean, when you're going the full 2 minutes, get that fresh pair of legs there. Get through.
Nice hit by the Gotham pivot.
Seeing some great hits.
Nice job by Crooked River not letting the Gotham pivot get all the way back.
Yeah.
Shortened the distance that the jammer had to travel.
Of course, you have to legally re-enter behind the person who's hit you out, so long as they've done so legally as well and have stayed in play and in bounds.
Smacklemore emerging from the penalty box and picking up 2 more points for a total of showing 21 points. 21-point jam. Wow. 5, a 5, a 5, a 4, and a 2.
Out of the box, yes.
High mark of the game, and accounts for nearly a third of her team's score.
And it does say something about any skater who can come out of the box, and we're going to talk about jammers here, who can leave the box with their mental game intact. They know what they're going to do. They're going to get out there and do it as fast as they can because they've lost that 30 seconds.
And they know how much time is. They know it's a 2-minute jam. They can see the jam clock. Now we've got Killer Vegan jamming for the Gotham Girls Juniors. And number 100 is Rainstorm jamming for Crooked River.
Killer Vegan getting the knockout by number 2674, Starry Skies.
Both teams at full strength.
Yes, and we have a lead for Rainstorm. Crooked River obviously looking to make up for some of those points. Will they get it? Shut down for that jam.
Nothing.
Out.
Our first scoreless jam since jam number 1. Is that right?
Yes. We're always looking for the thumb of chicken. And we're also seeing it, just going back to that jam with so many points, barely touched by the blockers. And that's when you're going to get those incredibly high-scoring jams from a single jammer.
And multiple scoring passes. When you can get through that pack virtually untouched.
There were 2 at least that I counted where she didn't have to even slow down.
Crooked River loses a blocker. I think a failure to reform was the call. Smacklemore has lead jam for the Gotham girls. Crooked River jammer is number 32. Nope, 32.
And
42, there it is.
They were able to knock out Smacklemore onto the inside. Just
Boom!
Another big hit by Crooked River. That's number 100, Tie-Dyed.
Nice hit by Tie-Dye.
Tie-Dye, rather.
Yeah. Little separation. Gotham dedicating a blocker to bridging. We got a multiplayer coming in at the top of the pack. Gotham losing a skater on the multiplayer. And the jam is called. Crooked River picks up 3. No, Gotham picks up 3 more points. 78-33.
Some great hits, though, this bout.
Yeah. You take away that 21-point jam and you take away that 15-point jam. All of a sudden, this is a very, very even game. All Crooked River needs to do is really bust open a jam or 2, and they're right back in it.
And it looks like they're going to try to do that with Sophia Scorn, I believe, is now taking the line. She's been the pivot, always calling for the star now. They're just going to try starting her out. She's also the captain for Crooked River this game.
Crooked River losing a skater to the penalty box, number 110. Little Miss Perfect. Was a little bit less than perfect. Direction of play coming in. That is number 5, Sharkbait on the direction of play.
And we have Killer Vegan with lead. Meanwhile, Sophia Scorn still working the seams of that, now up against one. Oh, there's another blocker.
Claire Higgins now to the penalty box.
And she's through on her initial pass. All right, jam keeps going, and we pick up 4 points for Gotham.
Both teams now putting points on the board.
4 for Sophia Scorn. Sophia getting by. Another 4. Gotham back up to full strength. I wonder if that's perhaps what they were waiting for.
A little penalty kill.
Yes. And Gotham, although now there's one in the box, the pivot.
That's the danger.
Yes, quest shove is there. I did not see the call on that. Well, both jammers looking comfortable making their way around the track. Sophia Scorn not willing to give up that star yet, though.
Nice.
Still working up against that Gotham wall.
Little Miss Perfect picks up a penalty. Closed off that inside line, but I think she stepped into the infield to do it. So she got a blocking from an illegal position.
Gotham sending some O for their jammer. Quest shove trying to mitigate that. Do I help defense?
Oh, a cut track coming in at the very end. So it is going to be a power start for the Crooked River Roller Girls.
So Walking Dead Bear is going to take advantage of that, or try to anyway.
That 14 points is the highest jam of the game for Crooked River. That 15 points matches the second highest jam of the game for the Gotham girls.
And it looks like we have an official review being called by Crooked River.
All right.
And our wonderful producer, Scott Chicken, is going to check out what's happening down there, since we don't have a mic in that huddle.
The 2018 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships are brought to you on WFTDA. Also coming up on WFTDA TV. Also coming up on WFTDA. Let me try that again. Or do you want to do it? No.
All right. The 2018 WFTDA Continental Cups will be streamed live on WFTDA.tv.
There you go.
Now you
We're going to be starting in North America, the Eastern Regional from Kalamazoo, Michigan, or the Eastern Continental Cup. It's going to be in Kalamazoo, Michigan, August 17th through 19th, hosted by the Kalamazoo Derby Darlings.
Then we head to Omaha, Nebraska. In fact, I'll be heading there. Looking forward to that. For North America West for the 2018 WFTDA Continental Cup, hosted by Omaha Roller Girls.
That's going to be August 24th through 26th. And then the very last Continental Cup is going to be the European Continental Cup, hosted by Birmingham Blitz Dames, October 27th to 28th in jolly old England.
And guess what? Passes go on sale July 31st, so stay tuned. It's going to be great.
And then in addition to the WFTDA Continental Cups, there are going to be the playoffs. Those begin August 31st through September 2nd in beautiful A Coruña, Spain, hosted by Aspregantius Roller Derby. I am indeed blessed to have gotten the call to be one of the house announcers in A Coruña, Spain.
Can you say the host league's name again? It's beautiful.
Aspregantius.
Aspregantius Roller Derby.
Then we're heading to Atlanta, Georgia for our second playoff. That's hosted by the Atlanta Roller Girls. The autumnal equinox, September 21st through the 23rd.
Very nice. And then finally, our 2018 International WFTDA Championships will be hosted by Big Easy Roller Girls on November 9th through the 11th in New Orleans, Louisiana. Tickets are on sale for playoffs now at WFTDA.com/tournaments.
How about that? So a little Armistice Day Championship. Scott Chicken, what can you tell us about that official review?
Crooked River was asking for a review of the penalty on their blocker. They thought it was an out-of-play block, but it was in fact out of bounds. The call stands, and we're back to action.
Yes, all right, we are back to action. Walking Dead Bear trying to make use of that power start. She does get around the outside there on turn one with picks up lead.
Killavegan standing in the penalty box will be released soon.
Yeah, when a skater stands, it means they have 10 seconds left on their penalty.
Or they just sat in something really wet and sticky.
I don't know. I think you still have to sit in it. Pretty sure. Unless the NSO is kind. All right, so we have a really effective front wall being put up by Gotham. Yeah, we have a star pass to number 1-3, Sugar Cookies.
All 5 points picked up by Crooked River.
Definitely slowed things down with that star pass. An effective tool to use if you're not sure that you're going to be able to get right into the action and get right through. No point in letting the other team set up their defense and slow you way down. Both teams have been playing very smart, I have to say. We're knowing where the pack is at all times, defining it. We haven't been getting no pack calls.
We really haven't. I think we might have had one illegal position call. That's a testament to the coaching and the training of these teams.
Yes.
Right now on the line, Smacklemore picks up lead jammer for the Gotham girls. Rainstorm jamming for Crooked River. Penalty box has one occupant in it. That is skater from Crooked River.
Number 9, Megalass on Gotham with very effective offense there for her teammate. Smacklemore getting up front and now getting by the foremost blocker. And Smacklemore comes around again to pick up 4 points.
Another 4 puts Gotham over the century mark there at 101. No pack now.
Yes, of course, as soon as I mention it, that's what happens. Trying to keep an eye on that fast-moving Gotham group that was up at the front. And those corners as well, very tricky. Sometimes you lose your sense of where 10 feet is, not understanding that, of course, if you're a little bit on an outside.
One of the beauties of the design of this track is that they're not perfectly concentric ovals. The ovals are slightly tilted so that there's bottlenecks in turns number 2 and turns number 4. Or is it 1 and 3? Anyway, two of the turns are much wider than the others, and 2 of the turns are much narrower than the others.
The ones that you listed were the ones that are wider. So,
so 1 and 3 are the narrow turns.
Yes. And, of course, you're doing that because Derby is played predominantly in one direction, right? The anti-clockwise direction. Counterclockwise, if you will. Oh, my Canadianisms.
Widdershins,
yes.
if you're from the Middle Ages.
All right, getting through Killer Vegan. I'm starting to recognize her by that bright pink bandana around her neck.
Yeah, there you go. We pick up our little ways of identifying the jammers when we can't see their numbers. Walking Dead Bear is the jammer for Crooked River.
And she's also quite distinctive with her T-shirt that she's cut the sleeves off of. It's easy to spot. You know, and the star being on her head. That's another one. Okay, back to the action. 5 points there for Gotham.
Nice block by Quest Shove, forcing Dead Bear to the infield. Look at this.
Yes, getting caught up on those hips. We're seeing that more and more. The leg blocking, the effective leg blocking, because you're allowed to use anything above the knee, right, is a legal area. We're sort of mid-thigh and up, and so skaters are taking full advantage of that, Bobby.
Gotham loses their pivot right before the last whistle blows, so there's going to be a one-skater pack advantage to Crooked River.
And that'll be starting the second half.
To start the second half. Oh, my goodness, we're already at halftime.
Yes, it went by really fast.
10 points for the Gotham Girls Juniors makes it 113-60 for Crooked River. We're going to have Scott Chicken do some statistical analysis for you.
Where's the thumb? Where's the thumb?
There's the chicken thumb. And we'll see you about 10 minutes. We'll come back and the illustrious Scott Chicken will give us some statistical analysis, and then we'll bring you the second half of Gotham Girls Junior Derby versus Crooked River Roller Girls Varsity.
Welcome back to the second half of the first bout in the female division of the JRDA Championships. Very excited to be joined by Bobby Narcos to my side.
Good to be here.
And of course, Scott Chicken, our stats guy.
I'll lean in here. Hi.
Oh, he's no longer just
I'm not just a shoulder sometimes.
I like that.
Not just a chicken thumb.
Here. Actually, I'm sure I can make some room for you if you want.
All right, fine. I'll
there we go.
I'll lean even more.
We're going to talk some stats because you got some good stuff for us.
I have a few, and I just realized I didn't count up by Jammer. But overall, Gotham has had lead 11 times. Crooked River 9. Should I lean in more? Okay.
There we go.
Nice. Power jams 3 power jams for Crooked River, 1 for Gotham, but Gotham outscored Crooked River on the power jams that they gave up. 9 points on power jams for Gotham, so jams that they were the power jamming team. Crooked River had 20, but again, on the jams that Gotham had the jammer in the penalty box, because they all came late in the jam, they were outscoring them on those. And I'll let you take the penalties, and I'll get out of the way.
Yeah, what can you tell us about the penalty situation, Deathnella?
So we have, for Crooked River, they already have 20 penalties as a team, and they also have Little Miss Perfect sitting at 5. Now you're allowed 7 before you're out of the game.
Right.
So they're probably going to be watching her a bit more closely on when to put her out there.
They need the perfect situation for Little Miss Perfect. Crooked River has 2 skaters with 3. Those are Kryptonic K and Megan U. Fall. Everybody else has 2, 1, or none. For Gotham, 1 skater has 3 penalties. That's Megalas, the captain. Everybody else has 2 or 1, so no real penalty trouble for Gotham. They have a total of 15 for their team.
Well, and Megalas has been making huge plays for Gotham in that first half. So when you have a skater like that, you sometimes end up getting those calls because as well the ref has eyes on you. They're watching even more closely.
Right. It's once you start fouling, they're like, oh, look for the fouler.
Yes, it is one of those things.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
As I've said, when you actually get to experience being a skating official, it's such a different world out there. You're watching this little chaos circle, as I'll call it, and so you are very you're trying to find the right place. And I think, is that Scott trying to do a little selfie?
It was, yeah, get in there.
Okay. There we go.
Sweet.
Perfect.
So we are at 0 minutes on the clock. We're just getting ready to get it away. It looks like we have some tape issues. We got NSO fixing the tape on the home stretch. I guess a little maintenance is the only thing that's stopping us from getting started. Skaters are in position. There were no adjustments to the scoreboard over halftime. So we went out at 113-16 and we come back at 113-16.
There's the whistle to get in position, and of course we'll be waiting for that jam timer to announce 5 seconds for the play. The 5 seconds where you're breathless, I like to call it.
Ooh, nice.
It's Macklemore taking on Rainstorm.
Rainstorm getting lead jammer, just like in the. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no lead jammer. Track cut. Lead is open.
So not quite like her first jam of the first half.
Yeah, and lead goes to Smacklemore.
Of course,
Scott, is this the first time that Rain has not got lead?
No, there were a couple times, I believe.
She was at least 6. She had at least 6 lead jams in the first half.
She missed 1.
Wow,
so,
6 for 7.
Her record was strong in that first half. Smacklemore, too, big hit on the Crooked River blockers.
Yeah, 110. Little Miss Perfect.
Oh, we were just talking about her.
Almost picked up a directional play there. That's all 5 points for Smacklemore. And that puts it almost exactly a 2-1 margin. Track cut again.
Another track cut call on
Rainstorm.
And an insubordination as well. So she might be sitting for a full 1 minute. She got that insubordination for not exiting the track appropriately and using the track to get around. Exactly, and not taking the outside. You have to exit right away in a safe manner, of course.
So first 3 penalties of the game for Rainstorm coming in the same jam.
Macklemore getting smacked around, but able to hop by number 22, Crooked River's Kryptonic K.
She got smacked. She'll get smacked some more. She got all 5 points for a total of 10.
And this positions Gotham with a power start for the next jam.
Holy cow. And at more than a 2-1 margin, 123-60.
Getting those back-to-back penalties can really take the wind out of your sails, but Crooked River has shown that they've been able to take some penalties and get back on the track. Now, that was Rainstorm. She had no penalties in the first half.
Yep.
And then 2 right now in the
3?
second. 3, rather.
2 cuts and a jam. That's lead jam now to Killer Vegan.
Killer Vegan, just little bump and graze over to the outside, but now getting held up by that line. Received some effective offense by her line hazard out there for Gotham.
Walking Dead Bear sporting the star. I wouldn't be at all surprised if we see a star pass. Walking Dead Bear has been one of the principal jammers for Crooked River.
Well, and you don't want to see your jammers getting into any sort of penalty spiral. So there we have the initial pass for Crooked River. 5 points for Gotham.
Yeah, already. That's the second five-point pass. Gotham has 2 grand slams and a point, and Crooked River picks up 1 point as well. 134-61 in favor of the Gotham Juniors.
So now we'll be starting at full strength for both teams. Penalty box is clear. Heading into Jam 3. Gotham with the front line, but holding up.
So Smacklemore and Little Miss Perfect, I believe, are the jammers.
All right, the Little Miss Perfect is taking that jammer star. And she gets by with lead.
And then the cover comes off for Gotham as soon as that lead was awarded. Gotham jammer goes into stealth mode. And we have a star pass. It's number 13 now. Sugar Cookies going to be sporting the star for Gotham.
Very effective, well executed, fast.
Oh, and we got a Gotham skater leaving on a penalty. That is 666, Little Orphan Slammy, her first trip to the box. So still clinging to that 2-1 margin roughly. 65 times 2 is 130. Gotham sitting at 137.
Number 3-6, Rough Tuft, jamming for Gotham girls, and Walking Dead Bear for Crooked River.
Each team down 1 blocker. We have 4-on-4. Nice blocking at the top of the pack by Crooked River.
Yeah, tie-dye trying to get up there,
And
slow things down. Now they're going to see if they can relieve their jammer.
got a direction of play penalty coming on Claire Higgins. Rough Tuft has picked up lead jammer for Gotham. Crooked River has completed their initial pass. Boom!
Oh, she goes for an apex jump and does not make it.
Who
Unfortunately.
was that? Nice hit. 64? Was that 64? 616?
Now the play was
A
called
shove.
for a potential injury
Oh.
here. The officials take a knee. The room quiets when this happens. We do have the medical team over there to assess and make sure that Walking Dead Bear is okay. We saw the hit from our vantage point at the back. It was a pretty hard
It
hit.
was spectacular, yeah.
Of course, safety is the #1 concern and priority of all officials. And we have the crowd cheering as Walking Dead Bear skates off. Now she will have to sit for 3 jams.
Was the jam called because of her?
The jam
Yes.
was called because of the injury.
So she'll be eligible to re-enter at jam number 8. She'll have to sit out jams 5, 6, and 7, able to come in at jam number 8.
And there is a penalty if you try to scooch in early
Yes.
on that. So
It is an interference call is the new nomenclature. Some of the penalty taxonomies have changed. Everything that was illegal is still illegal.
yes.
Nothing is now legal that didn't used to be illegal. Nothing's illegal that didn't used to be legal. But there's
And so many of the rule changes have just made complete sense. One
Yeah.
of them I always think of is the cut track call, where it used to be if you even touched the line on the inside, you were getting called. Now you can cede, and so long as you cede and long as you yield, it allows derby to continue and you can find your place correctly. Of course, if you cut, you cut. You're still getting sent to the penalty box, as we've seen a couple times in this bout.
Out on the track right now, jamming for Gotham is Killer Vegan. Crooked River jammer is Rainstorm. Killer Vegan gets lead jam by the time she hits that first apex.
Been effective at really busting up that Crooked River tripod, taking advantage of turn 1.
Rain was saturating lead jammer status in the first half, not so much in the second half.
And 1 point for Gotham.
142 to 67.
So while the scoring difference is growing, we are seeing that for the most part the jams have been contained. We're not having those
not a lot of
high
multiple
scores.
scoring passes, single scoring passes, or maybe 2 scoring passes.
And the work on the track has just been high level here.
So we got Moore versus Moore, Smacklemore versus Kilmore.
Rough, tough, trying
Who could
to
ask for more?
Yes.
Lead jam goes to Smacklemore, and AK-47 to the penalty box.
Mega Glass trying to hold up Crooked River, but she gets by. Smacklemore just keeping her momentum fast around the track. The pack set up in turn 1. Smacklemore gets by.
Direction of play and a back block. The back block is on the Crooked River jammer, so this is going to be a power start. Direction of play picked up by a Crooked River blocker. Oh, but the Gotham jammer went in. Did you see the call on the Gotham jammer? That's going to release both jammers. And this jam will go the full 2. Several 2-minute jams in the first half. I think this is the first jam of the second half.
All
New
right.
jammer for Crooked River.
Yes, that's Sophia Scorn.
See if she could do some scoring.
Now she was past that star at the back of the pack, which means she still has to work her way through.
This
and
is
she
their
does.
initial. This is still Crooked River's initial.
Well,
It's being indicated as a
points.
scoring pass.
Yeah, she
But
just
the
didn't have
the
star
cover was
on.
in. Yeah, you got to have the star on your helmet to score the points.
And perhaps Sophia did not know that that was the case. Otherwise, she might have put the star on her
Or might
head
have
right
thought
away.
it was her initial pass, just might have lost track of the
Exactly,
passes.
yeah.
Picks up 5 points. Good job by Crooked River bottling up Smacklemore and allowing Scorin to get that jammer point. Now Smacklemore out, 4 more points, total of 16. I believe our high jam of the game is 19.
Yes. And that was by Smacklemore as
No, it
well.
was 21.
21 by
It was
Smacklemore.
3 5s, a 4, and a 2.
We can do math. All right. Sophia Scorn
So
picks up 4 points for her last effort there, and I believe that is a 2 for Gotham on the last pass.
So it should be 18 to 12, makes it 160 to 79. Is that what we're going to see? Well, they're only showing, maybe they put those 4 points up so quickly I missed them. So it's 160 to 75 right now.
Rough, tough, taking the outside there. You're going to see this effective work.
Oh!
Exactly. I knew that was going to happen.
Killer Vegan sneaks by on the inside line, picks
It
up
was-
lead jam before they hit that pivot
It was
line.
almost a silent play, I like to call it, because the other team wasn't even paying attention to Rough Tuft at all.
Gotham losing a skater on direction of play.
Got to be careful with that. Teams are getting more effective at swallowing up the space between blocker and jammer, but then sometimes you start to initiate hits and you're not allowed to. But Killer Vegan trying to put some pressure on that back line and getting caught up. That Crooked River wall, very effective, but she gets by, picks up 5 points. Crooked River out on the initial. That's Rosie the Riveter jamming. And no points for either team on that last scoring pass.
Last set of whistles.
Of course, yeah.
So Gotham sitting at 165, Crooked River sitting at 75, 20 minutes left to play in the game. See some of our photographers sometimes in the camera shots. We love our Derby photographers. Thank you
Yes.
so much for the roller derby photographers for making us all look so good all the time.
They're so talented. One of the things when I started skating, I was actually scared to see photos of the action because you make ridiculous faces.
Right.
but they seem to capture the magic just perfectly. All right, and we have Rainstorm out for Crooked River. And number 1-3, Sugar Cookies.
Sugar Cookies.
Jamming for Gotham. We did see her a little bit in the first half.
Lead jam goes to Rainstorm. I think that's her first lead jam of this half.
Yes, it is.
Gotham losing a skater on an illegal position. Also, Crooked River losing it. They're probably failures to reform. It was probably a no pack, and so they sent off a skater from each team.
That was a quick trip through the pack there for Rainstorm, 5 points. Of course, she gets that extra point because she's passing the other jammer. Lapping, rather, the other jammer.
Fine point, but a salient one. The first pass is not for points. The first pass is for status. So it's not every skater you pass, it's every skater you lap.
And Hazard is out of the box for Gotham.
Nice blocking by number 42 on the blue team. That's Adrenaline Rush.
And number 88, Megan Ufall, gets out of the penalty box. She picked up 3 penalties in the first half, Megan Ufall.
2 points picked up by Crooked River. 8 points picked up by the Gotham girls. So the score is 173-90. So under a 2-1 margin now. Briefly, for most of the second period, it had been slightly over a 2-1 margin now. Less than that. 18 minutes left to play in the game.
And we're seeing the Gotham line at the front just taking up all that negative space from those other blockers. And what that does is it effectively allows Gotham to use all the blockers as their own. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to work every time. In this case, lead was actually assessed to...
Yep, Smacklemore got a lead.
Yes, Smacklemore got lead.
And a penalty, a forearm penalty on Little Miss Perfect. Ooh.
That takes her to 6 penalties total for the bout.
Oh, we got another forearm penalty on a Gotham pivot. So Gotham loses their pivot on the forearm. No pass, no penalty, so 4-point pass, a 4-point pass for Smacklemore.
Smacklemore has used the advantage, the power advantage a couple times in the bout. Getting held up there on turn 3 by Starry Skies, who's been a very effective brace. Little Miss Perfect getting out there in a hurry with
nice
force.
Physical play by Little Miss Perfect, like just basically wedging her way through the pack. Got a directional play penalty coming in. Who's leaving on the directional play? It looks like one of the Gotham skaters, number 616, is Questshov.
And the pack is spreading out. There's some bridging happening around that turn. And that allows Little Miss Perfect to get by with 4 points. 5 points, rather.
Got a forearm penalty coming in. Who's leaving on the forearm? Crooked River skater, number 22, is Kryptonic K on the forearm. Official timeout. With 16 minutes and 14 seconds showing left in the game. 181 for Gotham, 97 for Crooked River.
Seeing a number of forearm calls in this half already. Skaters have to be very mindful of what's happening, the contact from their elbow right through to their hand. It's not quite just this one area, it involves all of that. And of course, the referees are assessing the impact on the play. So that means if you're not able to take advantage of something and you're maybe doing something that's not right, well, if there's no advantage gained, there's no impact on the game, it doesn't always result in a call. There's a lot of factors to it.
There was a time when you would get the penalty regardless, back in the age when there were minor penalties.
Yes, I've heard all about that age. I don't know. I might be. Is it fair to say I'm okay that we don't have that anymore?
Yes,
I'm glad to see the evolution that has come.
It is fine to say. You would see things like people intentionally picking up a penalty.
I heard that.
So they would line up in an illegal position to pick up their 4th minor, so that when they jammed, they wouldn't go to the penalty box.
Exactly. So you could basically control when you would sit.
And there used to be two starting whistles. There was one whistle to start the pack, and then the jammers wouldn't start until the entire pack had crossed that pivot line.
So just to get everyone up to speed, there has been a timeout called, a team timeout. And yes, there's only that one whistle. You get the 5-second warning now from the jam timer. As I said, the breathless 5. Because when you're in there, everyone stops breathing. I have to always tell my teammates, okay, guys, now we're going to take our big breath. Okay, good. It's okay. But it's so still in that moment, and there's just so much happening because, yeah, the ref's eyes are on you, the crowd's eyes on you, the announcers are talking about you. It's that intense moment at the beginning. And then, of course, it can either you're out of the pack real quick or you're stuck there for a while.
Or you're in retrograde and
Yes.
you're going all the way back to turn number 4 because you've been forced out of bounds.
Now, we did want to talk a little bit about some of the members aging out, although it looks like the action will be starting soon. But as I said, for Crooked River, AK-47, Devlin, Devious, and Megan Yu Fall, those are the 4 skaters who will be aging out this year.
Only Gotham skater that's skating right now that's going to be aging out is Claire Higgins. Her dad is Jim Reaper, one of the Gotham Juniors coaches.
Ah, okay. We have Walking Dead Bear getting sent to the penalty box. Did not see the call on that one.
So I see the NSO directing the jammer to the seat, and I'm like, oh, that's an out of play. But no, they're just directing
Yes.
a similar gesture.
And that allows Killer Vegan to pick up 5 points. We're seeing a very split wall, basically no wall there for the Crooked River girls.
Nice
Gotham.
communication by Gotham.
Yeah.
It's really setting up a zigzag course for their jammer to go through.
And a strategic move to call off the jam now. Now they get a power start. And you can do some fancy things with that. Of course, teams have specific plays when they have the advantage of being the only jammer out there.
This Junior Roller Derby Association Championships going to be followed immediately by the World Cup. 5 days of Junior Derby here in Feasterville, Pennsylvania.
And you'll likely recognize some of the names too. We're seeing a lot of crossover Team USA skaters who will be skating in the World Cup or skating right now as well.
Rough Tuft has picked up lead jammer for the Gotham Girls Juniors. Walking Dead Bear.
She's back on the track.
Yep.
However, coming up against that line there, being led by 616 on Gotham, Quest Shove.
Quest Shove. Forearm is the penalty on the pivot for Crooked River.
And we have a cut called on Walking Dead Bear, giving Rough Tuft the power jam.
So only defense possible for Crooked River.
Oh, and we see Gotham goading that skater back there. If you want to make things easy for your jammer, split up that wall.
Yeah. Control the pack.
And Crooked River's wall has been tight, so when they are together, they're able to stop, and then we're seeing moments like that. Rough Tuft calling it off, getting just past the apex, didn't even have to do the jump, 5 points, starting with another power start.
So Gotham up over the 2-century mark with that 10-point jam. They now have 201. Crooked River dancing on that century mark line themselves, just 3 points shy. 13 minutes and change left to play in the game.
And Bobby, one of the things that is almost lost when you see teams playing so effectively and knowing where everyone is on the track is that track awareness is a very learned skill, and these skaters are showing it. Smacklemore knowing there's my inside line. We just saw it there, getting by very quickly to pick up lead.
Walking Dead Bear escaping from the penalty box almost immediately when the jam started. But
yeah, big hit on the outside. That's by Megalass, rather. And that Gotham line just knocking out and dragging back. But Smacklemore is getting caught up. And as I said, that Crooked River wall has been formidable when they're allowed to just be. They've made it very difficult for Gotham.
yeah, fantastic blocking by the blue team. No doubt about it. They really know their business in terms of where they want to control the skaters, the lines they want to open, the lines they want to block off.
Both teams with incredible pack awareness as well. Not seeing splits. Not a lot of no packs this bout either. And now we're seeing a let's rush and speed up the pack maneuver. Walking Dead Bear trying for the apex jump.
Got an illegal position on the Gotham pivot.
Walking Dead Bear getting by. Seems to be a little bit of a signature move, opening up very quickly. Surfing, it can be called as well. Surfing on the outsides.
I get it. Boom! Nice hit at the top of the pack.
Walking Dead Bear also getting a hit at the back of the pack there. And lots of whistles called. We'll see. There may have been even another penalty.
Track cut coming in at the very end on Walking Dead Bear. It's going to be a power start for the Gotham Juniors.
And this is where that mental gameplay is going to be important. She's now on her fourth, going into her fourth.
All because of penalties coming in at the very end.
Back to back. And Gotham using that to their advantage, right? Calling it off to get that power start. Sometimes I've heard, Bobby, people will say, why don't you just keep going, getting all the points? Well,
easier said than done.
Yes.
You don't have to be sucking the air and wearing the skates.
An effective sweep there by Gotham, really opening up the inside line there.
Yeah, Killer Vegan picking up lead jam for the Gotham girls. Crooked River up over the century mark, that last set of whistles. So put your hands together for the team up from Akron, Ohio. And that is all 5 points for Killer Vegan.
We're seeing Sophia Scorn getting held up there by Quest Shove. Killer Vegan getting by another 5 points. Walking Dead Bear will possibly be looking for a start pass, and she gets what she was looking for there.
So finally another jammer for Crooked River, giving some relief to Walking Dead Bear.
And Walking Dead Bear now, they have the power jam, by the way. Killer Vegan sent to the box.
Oh, I didn't.
It happened rather quickly.
Yep. So another 2-minute jam.
Yes, and we're
this
seeing
is AK-47 is the jammer for Crooked River.
Seeing 5 points there by Sophia Scorn. She gets by. 5 points. And that the pack just stuck there on turn 3.
I got confused because Sophia Scorin wears 47 and AK-47 wears 047. So my apologies.
All right. Yeah.
It is Sophia Scorin getting these points, not AK-47. Killer Vegan back on the trek and scoring, picking up 4 points.
Just getting held up there by Gotham. We have a multiplayer call on number 4-2. That's Adrenaline Rush. Crooked River, by the way. There was a lot that happened in that jam. We saw so much dynamic work, an effective start pass to a jammer who was able to collect points for Crooked River. Points we haven't seen in a while.
19 points for Crooked River is the highest of the game.
For the CRR.
And 18 points picked up by Gotham. That is only their 4th highest mark. They've got a 21 and 2 19s.
The second half flying by.
We get the official timeout.
It's almost like I know these things
and
are
a
going
team
to happen.
timeout.
What's going on? Sometimes when an official timeout is called, they'll... Oh?
No, I think we might have an... this is an official timeout. And
an interference call?
An interference call. I'm wondering what the interference is all about.
In the meantime, let's give some love and remember that you're watching the 2018 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships live all weekend on WFTDA.tv. Stay tuned all weekend, right, for 2 tracks of action from the Open Division and the Female Division Championships hosted by JRDA and Philly Roller Derby.
So Megalass is going to be sitting the penalty for Gotham on the interference.
Yep, she's the captain, and it would be a captain serving that, and she'll serve it as a blocker.
Picking up lead jam, number 36 is Rough Tuft for the Gotham Juniors of varsity. Oh, no, that's the Crooked River varsity. It's the Gotham Girls Junior Nudity.
Not falling for that offensive move there, or offensive attempt, rather. But that Gotham pivot, number 1-3 Sugar Cookies, making it hard. Sometimes all you need to do is try to slow down the team just to limit the number of times they could possibly pass you in the given 2 minutes.
Brief shout out to Radar Wheels, why not? And the jam is called. Crooked River picks up 9 more points. 227 to 131. Oh, spoke too soon. 229 to 131. Gotham with a pair of deuces and a 9 kicker. Crooked River with a pair of aces and a 3 kicker.
And Gotham starting with 1 in the box.
That is number 666, Little Orphan Slammy.
And she's been relatively penalty-free this game, so not too much of a hit there. All right, the action's going. It's Smacklemore. Seen her a number of times out there.
Flying Fish for Crooked River.
Yes.
Who we have seen out there, but not.
She took a star pass in the first half as a pivot. So I guess they wanted shake things up a little bit. She's able to navigate and negotiate that outside line.
Really pushing that blocker to try and create the separation.
Quest shove, though. Yeah.
Lead jammer, Flying Fish.
She had to work for it all the way up to turn 3. Quest shove providing really effective solo blocking.
Oh, Claire Higgins with a big
hit.
Closing off that inside line. EMTs are coming out. Oh.
All right. So we do have another stop and play for injury. As we said, the EMTs are out there. They've been providing great care this game, and they will be all weekend.
Absolutely. I don't know if you saw, but the jam timer out there communicating with the scoreboard operator, 4 seconds were put back on the clock. The clock went from 6:19 to 6:23.
And people at home, if you're unsure when the clock stops, official timeouts will stop the game clock. And actually, general timeouts too.
Team timeouts will official reviews.
But those 30 seconds.
Power failures will stop the clock every time.
Indeed, that is a really good point. Has that happened to you, Bobby?
No,
okay.
not yet. Let's knock some wood. I don't want to
gosh,
announce or jinx that.
I've been on a roll apparently today. All right, let's take a look. Some of the things happening today.
Like we said earlier, if you like what you're seeing or if you have any questions about the awesome action you're watching this weekend, use the hashtag #TalkToJRDA to chat with us on Twitter. And don't forget to follow the Junior Roller Derby Association on Twitter using @JRDA_ROCKS.
Rocks. And looking at our referee huddle, why don't we mention their names again? They have been doing a fantastic job officiating so far. Ref in Peace, Stonasty, Killikee, Judge Double Wapner, Tricky Ricky, Lucinda Knickers, and Karma.
Judge Wapner was the judge on the People's Court.
Ah, Wapner.
So it's kind of a pun on Double Whopper, and then Judge Wapner. You got Judge Double Wapner.
Oh, look at that! I always love to hear where these names come from.
Ref in Peace, you could call him Rip. He is one of the referees out of Gotham Girls Roller Derby.
Okay, so you're familiar with that because you're based in New York.
I am. I'm one of the announcers for Gotham.
And I'm from Saskatchewan, Canada.
How about you, Scott? Where are you from? Scott,
Seattle.
Hell's out of Seattle, Washington, my natal city.
He just said, okay.
Home of Boeing and me.
All right, it looks like the medics have assessed her. Now they did carry the skater in there into the area where they can assess her. And coming up after this game, we only have six and a half minutes left, less than that actually. So the winner of this game will next play at 4 o'clock against the Seattle Derby Brats. We're just talking about you.
How about that?
Look at that. And the loser, I believe, goes on to the games tomorrow.
And then coming up right after this game in the female division at noon, we're going to have Rose City taking on Chick Whips.
Yes. So just to clarify, the whoever loses this game will play next tomorrow at noon Eastern, against the loser of Game 6. I don't like saying loser. Defeated team. I don't know how to say that.
The second place finisher.
Yes.
The silver medal winner.
I like that, silver medal.
Runner-up could work. So we can't start the action until we have emergency medical technicians that are available to attend should there be another injury. And
Exactly.
since all of the emergency medical technicians are currently tending to the downed skater, we can't start up again. Looks like skaters are taking their positions, though, so we have...
No one was sent to the penalty box, so...
That was a
at least it
legal
doesn't
hit by
appear-
Higgins.
Yes.
It was just a spectacular one that... we hope everybody's all right. They've got some great protective gear on.
And that break certainly helped, the break in time, I should say. Killer Vegan.
Yeah, she picks up
Getting
lead
by.
jammer. Megan Ufale is jamming for Crooked River.
For the first time, actually, Megan Ufal.
So, yeah, I got a little, my screen is saying Megan Ufale, and my score sheet is saying Megan Ufal. Either one would be a great derby name.
Yes.
I'm going to go with fall. Let's see what the program says.
That's an effective way to do that.
Yeah.
Beautiful programs put together for this
Yeah, some
championship.
awesome merchandise. And I want to say, as a big person, thank you to the Junior Roller Derby Association, to the Philly Juniors, for having T-shirts bigger than size 2X. They've got some 3Xs, 4Xs, 5Xs. It is a great thing to have.
And as someone who stands 5 feet tall, having children's sizes is fantastic too. Alrighty, so we get through. Rain Terror picking up lead. Penalty assessed to 2-2. Kryptonic K from Crooked River. Did not see that call.
It is Megan Ufal, according to the program.
Oh, and number 666.
That
Devlin.
is Little Orphan Slammy.
Little Orphan Slammy, rather. Devlin is on Crooked River. 666, she is jamming for the first time this bout.
Taken to the infield and escorted back by Adrenaline Rush, the pivot. Oh, that's not Adrenaline Rush. Who is that pivot for Crooked River?
Number 4-2.
Oh, it was, okay.
Adrenaline Rush. Seeing a rather slow take to the box there for number 1110. That's Little Miss Perfect, and that is her 7th penalty of the game, which could explain why she wasn't rushing to the box, because either way she will not be rejoining the track. Unless, of course, that penalty is challenged in some way. And a cut track call. Oh.
No, it's penalties being waved off.
Okay.
Being instructed to return to the track, fall 4 points. Nice hit at the top of the pack.
The Crooked River, number 2-2 there. Kryptonic K gets out of the box. We have a no pass, no penalty.
Little bit of a battle between Kryptonic K and Claire Higgins. There's a 22-on-22.
Or rather, it's called now a no earned pass.
Okay.
And so, but it's the same thing as no pass, no penalty. There's a lot happening here.
Crooked River picking up 3 more points, a 4 and a 3, for a total of 7. So they've got 140.
So what happened there when Rain Terror thought she had that jammer penalty, she was looking at the outside pack ref. Looking at your inside jammer ref, though, your jammer ref is the best way to communicate when you're out there on the track to figure out what's going on. We have an official review
Yeah,
called.
official review by Crooked River, and I would not be at all surprised if you were a little bit prescient there. They might be challenging to keep their skater in the game, trying to rescind the penalty on Little Miss Perfect.
Of course, the way those reviews work is if you win them, you keep them. And if you lose, you don't. And sometimes what can happen with a review as well is you might go in there with a specific, you want this to happen, but then if the referees go over the scenario and what they've seen, they might actually assess something else too. That can happen. So a lot can happen in an official review. For the skaters, it's a time to
So you can win a
regroup.
review because the outcome was changed, even though it wasn't changed for the reason.
Doesn't always mean you're going to win it. So what can, this happened
okay.
recently at a game I was privy to where they lost the challenge, but another penalty was assessed to that team that they were looking for a penalty on because of the action.
Okay.
Because the referees talked through it and they realized, oh, that action was illegal, but it wasn't illegal for what the coach was looking for.
Gotcha.
Yes, and so when you
So
are
they lost the review, but they got the result that they wanted.
exactly,
But not
they did lose
retaining
the
the review.
Yeah. And that can happen, right? Because as we talked about, or as we talk about a number of times, the vantage points of where you are when you're a coach or you're the captain perhaps and you catch something, what you see will be a little different. And if you wonder as well why sometimes you'll see the A's are coaches or somebody else, you don't always want an A to be a skater as well.
Yeah, A's are almost always the coaches,
Yes.
I've noticed. The C's are always skaters, but the A's are almost always a coach.
And of course the C's, because you do have to sit the penalties if you get an interference call,
Right.
delay of game as well.
I believe the
Fits
A's
into
and the
that.
C's, the captains and the assistant captains, are the only people that are allowed to address the referees and the officials.
They're the only ones allowed to make that little O for the call of, hey, we have a review. Now, sometimes teams will use that as an additional timeout as well.
Sure.
So there's a number of ways. And breaks in play like this, if you're wondering at home, I wonder if that's an advantage or a disadvantage. Depending where you are in the game as a skater, as a team, sometimes this time can really hurt you because you start to settle a little bit. You might start overthinking. Other times
Right.
it could be the greatest gift.
Right. you might need the break. You might, okay, we got to catch our breath, regroup, or you might have had a lot of momentum, and all of a sudden your momentum is chilled.
Yes. Momentum is such a big factor in Derby. If you can start getting on a roll, and we saw it even in this half. We saw moments where teams were getting into a little bit of a penalty spiral, or conversely, they were ramping up in points. And Scott Chicken is back with the outcome of that review.
Crooked River was requesting a cut track call be assessed to the Gotham Jammer for the earlier play where she got knocked out and then came in front, and that cut call has been awarded. So Crooked River will retain their official review and start with the power start.
Thank you, Scott Chicken.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it. So 244 to 140, a 104-point lead for the Gotham Girls Juniors. 3 minutes and 24 seconds left to play in the game. So Gotham Jammer starting in the penalty box. Power start for Crooked River.
Now, Crooked River only has 2 blockers out there. And they are doing
Ooh,
the split
nice.
plat maneuver. Split pack
It
maneuver.
looks good. There are more referees than skaters on the track right now. Each skater could have their own ref with a ref to spare.
We will definitely be revisiting that play in just a moment. Tie-Dye now back on the track to offer a little bit more help to Crooked River, but she basically just swapped out with another skater. So there's
Flying squirrel force to the outside. No pass, no penalty, or no earned.
no earned pass.
No earned pass. There it is.
But it's very commonly referred to as that. So little orphan Slammy getting around on her initial pass there.
Lead has gone to Flying Squirrel. Gotham has lost their pivot to the penalty box. They didn't misplace her.
Yes.
Where did we put that pivot again?
sometimes you do have to ask that question. Wait, do we have a pivot? What's going on?
Replace your divots and replace your pivots.
Of course, you can skate without a pivot on the track. That is allowed. You know, you will receive an interference call if you don't have a
without
jammer.
a jammer on the track. We got an official review coming in from the Gotham Juniors. Nothing on that last set of whistles. Remains a 104-point lead for Gotham.
What I meant by that is you wouldn't be able to start a jam without fielding a jammer, though. You have to field a jammer in order to start the play. Otherwise, you get an interference call. Doesn't mean you have to have the star on your head. All right. And Scott Chicken made his way down there really quickly.
Yeah,
Didn't
he's
even
going
see
down
him take off.
As soon as I said the words official review, he's like, again?
Our #1 producer in action. We are on a raised platform, so that does involve a number of stairs as well. So there's that.
He's actually going to be entering the screen any minute now.
Unless the camera pans and then doesn't allow for that to happen. So actually, why don't we revisit that power start? So what happened with that power start there is there's no pack direction set at the start of a jam. So that allows you to do that hop back.
Yeah.
And it's can be very effective. Now, of course, teams are picking up on this. This has been
That's the first time I've seen it.
And Gotham did the effective sort of counter to that, which is
Everybody
establish
go
a
forward.
bridge.
Yeah.
Yes, because if you move too far forward, then it splits the pack, which is exactly what they're looking for. So if you can establish a bridge, then all of a sudden the other team goes, well, maybe we should go help out our jammer instead of just passively stand here. And that's what we saw happen. Scott Chicken has returned. It was a much faster review.
Yes, that was a quick one. Gotham was requesting a review of the awarding of lead to Crooked River because of the no-pass call. She'd already passed all 4 skaters before that happened, so the award was correct, and they have lost their official review.
Thank you, Scott Chicken. We got a multiplayer block sending a Gotham skater to the penalty box. Lead jam has gone to Range Storm. Gotham jammer Smacklemore. Both jammers about to enter the pack.
Now Crooked River has full strength out there. Gotham with, well, now their pivot quest shove is finally back on the track.
Great blocking out there by Adrenaline Rush.
And even as skaters are making their way back from the penalty box, blockers, they're making sure that no one's getting by them. There's no point in letting people have an easy trip through, whether you're the jammer or another blocker.
Great 3-wall at the top of the pack by Crooked River.
They've slowed Smacklemore down. She is a fast one. Big hit there. It is, though, a direction call there. Clockwise block.
Her skates were going in the right direction, but her body was going the wrong direction.
Didn't catch, though, that Rainstorm, the jammer, is also in the penalty box.
Oh.
Finding herself in there just a little bit more in the second half than the first. Pack speeding up on that turn there. A ref taking a tumble. Jammer, if it was Smacklemore's jammer, if picks up right now, putting up 4 fingers, but that could be changed possibly.
So a 10-second differential between the jam clock and the game clock.
Smacklemore with a hit there, but that takes her out of play, and so she's out of bounds rather.
If this jam goes the full 2 minutes, there will still be 10 seconds left to play in the game. Crooked River has used their official review, but it says it's showing that they still could use it again, and they also have a timeout remaining.
Yes, and they are using that timeout. So, Bobby, what does that mean?
It means we'll have more roller derby.
Yes.
And it means that they could also take that official review after this next jam, because you're allowed to take an official review after the final jam of the game. You have 30 seconds to register an official review.
And that's why for anyone who's come to a live derby event and you see on the scoreboard unofficial final score, that's why you have to make sure that there's time to, is everything okay? Check with the NSOs, check with the refs and the teams.
Crooked River has really piled the points on in the last 15 minutes. They were under the century mark, and now they've got 51 points over the century mark.
Made some good plays.
They had been down by 100 points a couple of jams ago. Now they're only down by 60.
It's 110.
Oh,
Scott Chicken with the stats there.
110. Dang it. All right. 110-point lead for the Gotham girls.
All right, and we're Gotham taking the front line this time. We have Killer Vegan.
Lead
Finding
jam.
the inside, yes, very quickly. Forearm call on
Claire Higgins.
Gotham. Meanwhile, the Crooked River Jammer still trying to find her way through, coming up against Quest Shove. And a penalty has been called on Crooked River. Looks to be a back block call.
On the jammer.
On the jammer, yes. It happened in that turn there. Turn 2 on Quest Shove. Gotham now taking advantage of that power jam. Basically making little human pylons for Killer Vegan to skate by.
Love it. Human pylon.
Well, everyone knows how to weave between cones, so if you can picture your opponents that way, it suddenly starts to seem a lot easier.
Cones that want to hurt you.
Yes. Except cones that move all the time, yeah, and can hit back.
Yeah.
A lot going on here. Sophia Scorn slipping by like an eel to get back there.
Starry Skies out of the penalty box and engaging.
Killer Vegan doing a nice juke to the outside to get by that Crooked River wall.
That's only Starry Skies' initial pass, however.
And Scott, that is Starry Sky's first jam. Yes, exactly.
Penalty
No points,
came in right at the very end, but the game is over, so no one will ever have to serve that penalty. It was on number 100, Rainstorm.
And it does appear, yes, people are, well, they're at least starting to line up along the track there. Remember, up next is Rose City Rollers and Chick Whips Junior Roller Derby. That's the female division. That will be at noon Eastern.
So Crooked River is not going to be registering an official review. They are out there giving some love to the officials. Someone should let Rainstorm know that she no longer has to sit in the penalty box.
Unless she needs to take a break, that's fine too. Sometimes you just need a breather. You're not sure.
I like this tradition. I haven't seen this before with
Yes.
the women or the men. Shake the referee's hands first before taking your respective victory laps.
That is a fantastic
Love it.
practice. You, of course, would not be able to have a game without your skating officials or your non-skating officials. And how about them announcers, eh? They're pretty great.
You could do it without the announcers. But the crowd wouldn't enjoy it as much.
Yes, so we want to come on here, Scott. Our fantastic Scott Chicken with the stats. I've had a great time calling with you today, Bobby Narcos. The score, the final score, Gotham Girls 278 to Crooked River 151.
Peace.